Hi guys, Dwayne here from District Terra, and I'm just here today to make a little video about a couple of questions I've had about building this particular board. It's been a pretty long process, and so I wanted to go into a bit more detail about some of the reasons behind some of the things we've done, some of the things we wouldn't do again, and some things we've learnt. So yeah, that's it, and it's been. Thought process behind gluing the pictures to the windows was number one, to save time. Number two, I'm not the greatest freehander, and a lot of these things are covered by framework and things like that that are just not gonna cope well with my minimal freehand skills. The idea was to just have a nice, quick, simple way of representing the inside of the building, something going on, without them being just hollow black messes, because that's what they look like before. Yeah. I don't think so. No, I'm actually really happy with it. Maybe could have spent a little bit more time trying to actually find pictures. So when you're looking in the corner, you can see two corners of the inside of the same building, if that makes sense. But other than that, I'm actually really happy with how it came out. The church has a nice, cool window on it. All the stores have windows, so you can see into them. This one especially. And unfortunately not facing you, but these two here I really like the fronts of as well, so I'm actually 100% happy with that choice. We used bright colours with this board because I wanted a lot more contrast than some of the other dirty, grimy stuff we had. With the Malifaux theme being kind of creepy, I felt like bright colours muted with weathering was probably a better look than just washed out greys and browns and that kind of thing. So that's where we went with it. So lots of bright greens, the yellows and the blues, all muted down with tons of washing and weathering, and yeah, so that's where we ended up. With the wagons, what we did when I found them, I actually found them at House of Warren. I just figured that'd be a nice, easy detail we could include into the board, have sort of like mobile shops, I guess, or salesmen, that kind of thing. But I didn't want to buy horses in scale or anything like that, and I felt that was a bit too obvious. So I went with the idea of steampunk machines sort of pulling the carts along. The sort of hand crawler one, I guess. The idea I got for that, with the inspiration I took from that, was from Iron Harvest. It's a sort of steampunk 1920s sort of era game that's coming out, and they're a lot of their heavy vehicles are actually sort of have a hand gesture sort of movement to them. So I like that a lot, and I thought the other two, it would serve them well to have a similar sort of creepiness to them, with a little bit of steampunk and sort of mystery to them as well. Things I feel that didn't work to the level I wanted them to were, in particular, some of the chimneys. I feel like I probably tacked them onto the buildings in the incorrect way, making them a lot more difficult to line work afterwards and add those bricks in and those details. I probably should have done them off the building and attached them later and worked that out in that sequence. Choosing some of the wrong materials for some bits and pieces. I've got some foam along the edgings on these buildings that did not take paint well. Not knowing that because it's the first time I've used it. Obviously I've learned that mistake. I think that was about it. Everything else I'm really happy with. That was probably one of the biggest letdowns, and the brickwork not being quite where I wanted it to be. But everything else panned out well. My favourite piece here would have to be the church by far. It was a pretty complicated part. There was a couple of things maybe I wish I'd done different, like the stonework on the front was made with that same foam that doesn't take the paint well, so didn't take the wash as well. It took a while to get that grey on there nice and solid for me, so that was a little bit annoying. But otherwise, the front window, the little details with the wires, the door itself, which I'll take some photos of later, and of course the bell tower as well, with that I actually made a little bell inside of as well that doesn't quite ding, but it makes a bit of a noise when you move it around. So the church for me is the highlight. Massive piece. It was I think it was a couple of days just for that to be finished. So yeah, but awesome piece that was. had a lot of fun building that. So with all that being said, this was quite a long build of ours, probably one of the longest ones we've done, but really enjoyed it. It was something quite different, provided a lot of challenges for me that I've not had to face before, and provided me with a lot of interesting outcomes that that either worked or didn't work, and because of that, yeah, we're just learning and moving forward with it. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone who's commenting, everyone who's liking the page and liking the posts. Really appreciate your feedback, and look forward to seeing you on the next project. Thanks.